So this is me on the day when I'm supposed to go to Cambodia. So I packed every single thing because you never know. And this is the suitcase I am taking with me. Yeah, I'll see you on the way to Cambodia. Bye.
Behind closed doors, I'm a fool for your love.
Yeah, so that was me packing my stuff, and that was me saying goodbye, leaving Vietnam and saying goodbye to my house. I packed every single thing in the boxes, and I just sent my key card and the credit cards to my friends, so that in case anything goes wrong, she just sends me my shit to Cambodia. Because I was 50-50. And the journey starts to Cambodia. So me and the Australian colleague. So we went to Cambodia. We arrived at the border. And as we were in the bus, our boss sent us the letter that you see how God works miracles. Like we were on the way, we were like a few minutes to cross the border to go to Cambodia, because we were supposed to live in Cambodia for about a week or 2 weeks to wait for the letter. But I think the boss had already applied for the visa later. So as we were in the bus, like she sent the screenshot, the scanned copy of the letter, and God is real, like seriously. So we reached at the border, and we thought maybe we could return with that later, but then somehow you have like to show the original paper from immigration if you are like to be allowed to come, to just make a U-turn and come back. Going to the Cambodian border, my friends, I was told that I wasn't gonna be late in Cambodia. Why? Because I'm from Africa. They asked me for show money. They asked me for how much money I was having. For some reasons, they were not gonna let me to get through the border to enter Cambodia. So they asked me how much money I had. They asked me for how many days am I gonna stay in Cambodia, and the only thing that helped me out to go through that Cambodian border, to be allowed to go and get a hotel and sleep on that border, was the letter that the boss sent us. So imagine if I did not have that letter, like sent to us, for some reasons I would have been denied to go through the border. There is a way like God does his things, to be honest with you. So they took my passport and they were like calling and calling. I stood on the counter and I just started praying like the Lord's Prayer, Our Father who art in heaven. I started praying the Lord's Prayer like continuously. Even my workmate that I was with, he asked me, "Are you religious?" By the time he asked me that, I wasn't like praying like loud, but he saw what was happening, the situation that was happening, because he was gonna be let in and I was gonna be left there, and we were together, and he was like, "Are you a Christian?" because he was like asking me to pray, and like I was already praying in my heart, praying the Lord's Prayer, praying and like asking God to help me, just asking God. No, there is none like you. Oh, no, my head wonders over you, my comfort, Even the guy, the Vietnamese guy who was helping us, told us that I'm going to get it. They might deny me to enter Cambodia, because like so many people get there, and because they're like from some specific countries, they get denied to enter Cambodia, and you just be stuck there. Like you can't come back to Vietnam you can enter Cambodia and you're on a border. You can't even book a flight or a bus to go somewhere else. Like, you are between Cambodian border and Vietnamese border. The man came back with my passport and they asked me, how much money do you have? And I had changed Vietnam dong to dollars, so I showed them the money I was having. So they asked me, how many days are you gonna be there for? So I told them only 1 day, and they're like, so then we showed them the visa later, the Vietnamese visa later. So like, oh, okay, 1 day, okay. So that's the only thing that allowed them to grant me the visa, their visa on arrival, to be allowed to enter Cambodia, just because I had that. Or 1 week, but by God's grace, that later came out. Like, it was a miracle that later came out on time, and we were like in a bus and they sent it to us, because we were supposed to go to Cambodia and stay there for a week or 2 weeks waiting for that later. But by God's grace, the letter came out and it saved my ass. God saved me. Like, God planned this. Like, pray, like literally pray. Learn how to pray. Learn how to pray whenever you're in hard situations. Not even only hard situations, just learn how to pray every day. Be prayerful. Trust God. He's gonna make a way for you. We reached the border. We filled in the stamps. They stamped on me. We crossed the border to Cambodia. Yeah, so the next day, the next morning, that's when we had like to make a U-turn. We just got the hotels nearby Cambodian border. So in the morning, the assistant had to bring the original letter to the border, and then when he arrived there, when the assistant arrived at the border, he had to pass over the letter to us so that we go through the Vietnamese immigration and get new visas. When we arrived, when we got the letter, we paid for the visas, we filled in the forms. Actually, some people helped us to fill in the forms, and I thought they were like scammers, but they were actually, we didn't even like pay extra cash, so I was like hesitant to let them help us. But it was just a very, very easy process, like to return back inside. And I wasn't in blacklist, like I was so scared that I was gonna be blacklisted, and like I was just like, I'm gonna reach at the counter and then they're gonna tell me my name is in blacklist. But again, God did it again, and that's a very, 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 very big testimony that I'll always give for the rest of my life. Like, this was a very, very impossible situation that I also saw with my eyes, that I couldn't get through this, because the situation in Vietnam has been really difficult with visas, with work permits and stuff. And to make it all hard on myself, like, I'm from Africa and I am a teacher, and they don't like consider us as like experienced teachers, or like, because we're not native speakers, even though like English is my official language, and I also have like bachelor's, and also I have like a 120 TEFL certificate. Like, it doesn't matter. Like, if you're not from a native speaking country, it doesn't matter at all. But anyway, so we got back in. Hello, good morning, guys. So I came back yesterday in Vietnam. Today is 12th. I came back yesterday, so I got the visa. They allowed me in. There was so much went on at the border when I was especially like going to Cambodia because of my passport nationality. But guess what?
the Most High that I praise, He was right beside me, and the Holy Spirit was all over me, and things went well. And right now I'm just unpacking my stuff. So right now I'm just like unpacking the bags that I had packed. Like I had packed most of my things just in case something was to go wrong, and my things are still like here. I need to unpack every single thing. Like I had packed all my stuff, the most important things that would have been shipped to me to Cambodia in case something was to happen, because they make it just hard for Africans. I don't know what we ate. Like, I don't understand what Africans ate to be treated like this. But anyways, I am just so grateful that I had an opportunity to return back to Vietnam. And I am so happy that I'm eventually gonna have an opportunity to stay here legally and without any stress, without any, you can't imagine the stress of being in a country without like proper documents that allow you to work. And this has been going on for a very long time. That's why I did not film for almost 8-9 months, because things weren't like going the direction I wanted them to go, and I couldn't just film anything when I wasn't like feeling the vibe of filming. But anyway, let me unpack my stuff. I need to put back everything where they're supposed to be. And thank you guys, and yeah, ciao.
2 months visa. They gave us 2 months visas. So when we got here, we had like to for our landlords to apply to register us to the police so that we get like those registrations, and then we had to hand them into the at the office. So I handed it into the office, and it took about a week and so, and I went back to my knees. I went back on my knees and prayed to God for everything to just go as perfect as possible, because guess what happened? As I don't have like my passport right now, but I would have shown you. So we were in Cambodia. I don't know what happened to my passport, but like the picture on the information page, somehow it got tall here. Like I don't have a shoulder on my passport picture anymore. I don't have a picture on my passport shoulder anymore. So the picture, like look at that. So I was like, now this again, like the devil, like what does the devil want from me? So anyway, so I had it in my passport at the company, and the registration thing, and then they had to apply for the temporary residence card. But then I was like worried. I was like, this picture, it might cause me problems, and my passport might be denied again. I was just worried, because a lot goes on with African countries when it comes to applying for stuff here. So anyway, so I kept praying to God to handle it, like to just handle it, because I knew He had it. Like that man, Jehovah Jireh, thank you, Father, thank you. So days went by, and then I received a message from the company, and guess what? Nalah, yo, tears is out, yeah, guys. My temporary residence card came out in a week. The card that I've been dying for all the time I've been living in Vietnam. To get this card, when you're not a native English speaker and when you're teaching English here, it is pain in the head. Oh my goodness. Yeah, I just thank God that everything worked out for His own will, and I thank God for that situation happening to me, because it strengthened me. It showed me how brave I am, how I can handle like situations that I never thought I could handle, and I am just grateful that it happened to me because it made me rethink of my faith and if I really was praying enough. And I have never turned back. Now everything I'm literally doing, I put God first, God above. Like, God did this for me. I did not do it on my own. My boss did not do it on her own. It is God. Like, God did put his hand in every single step of me getting to the top. And that's it, guys. I am just glad that everything worked out, and I'm not gonna turn back now, and I'm gonna restart posting videos here weekly, at least a video per week. I'm busy, like I'm so busy these days, and I can't commit on posting 2 videos per week because I only get 1 day off a week. Yeah, but I'm doing a lot because I create content for you, for Instagram and TikTok, and then now I want to post again on YouTube. But I'm just gonna at least post a video per week, and I'm gonna be persistent and consistent because I love filming, I love making videos, I love creating content, and just keeping it on here just to watch when I'm like 90 years old from now. Anyways, guys, so that's it, and I promise you that I'm gonna be uploading videos. So if you're a stranger, subscribe, touch it here down below, and on the post notification bell so that you get notified every time I post a new video. Thank you, guys, and I will see you in the next video. Thank you. Bye.